Okay. Okay, so what we've done is we've kind of lined up these forms, and it's easy kind of to put forms down just anywhere, and then you'll find out that you run out of space fairly quickly. Okay. But what we try to do is we try to keep them all in line, keep them about 2 feet apart, and they can be fairly close to next to each other, and keep the curves going all the same way. In this application, we actually have 7 forms that we've been working with, which of course is 1 complete row inside the system. So as he puts this cement down in there, we just take a simple 2x4 and we cut it to where it's more like a 2x2. And it's very important to pack this in extremely tight. And sometimes the form wants to kind of rock a little bit, and it's a good idea to have somebody just kind of hang on to it so it steadies it. You want to try to keep the form upright. You don't want the form to fall over. You know, this is sometimes they fall over. We have to start over, which that's okay. Nothing's perfect in this world, and certainly, you know, this is something that it takes a little bit of technique to learn how to use one of these. But after a few of them, it's pretty much a done deal. Almost anybody can do it. Okay, so what he's doing, he's screeding off the top of it to make it smooth. And what we have done is we have created this plate. It's a curved aluminum plate, and it's actually going to lay right down on top of where we just put the concrete in the mold. Okay? He's taking this 2x4 and he's beating on the side to loosen the sides of the concrete. And then we have a lifting pipe that goes right through the holes. And then we have a, you want to do it with a lift there?
Oh, okay.
Okay. There you go, step out of the way there. There you go. Okay, we have made a T-handle that it could be a 1-person lift. And basically what Jason is doing, he's just putting his chest up against it and pulling up on the, and then boom, it's done.
Next.
Simple as that. Now, once this is done, we just pull the cap off. And you may have to come along and straighten it out a little bit. You know, guys, this concrete is actually very warm. This is not going to take very long to cure. The temperature of this is probably over 100 degrees right now. So this is a nice block. You don't have to do any finishing on it. I do recommend that you take this extra concrete that's along the edge and don't waste it. Throw it back in the batch and remix it up before it dries. You want to throw it in there because this is a lot of concrete just to waste. So. Being that this is wet still, I'm just going to throw it right here in this form, and we put it back to good use. So we got a second one going, and when you get enough people going and have 7 forms going all at one time, the production becomes quite quickly. So you can make the blocks fairly quickly. We actually had a crew of maybe 10, 12 people over the last couple days. And we've been able to generate almost 500 blocks in a couple of days. So the process does go quick. There is a training curve. You know, everybody has to learn how to do it. And once they understand it, then basically they can take over. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to let one of the guys pull it off here. They've done enough of them that they pretty much know how to do it. Okay. Once again, the cap goes on. Just perfect. Like that. And boom, we have a curved block. Okay. So now what we're going to do, this is only done 2 concrete blocks. Depending on how hot it is and how dry they are, how dry your mixture is, these forms will need to be cleaned periodically. We're getting anywhere between 5 and 6, right, Jason, per form, and then we have to clean them. I'm going to walk you over here and we're going to clean this form. We have a barrel that is water about up to here, something like that. And very simply, we just drop these forms in, and the real effective way to clean these forms was just a little bit of steel wool. And Chris, if you want to come a little closer here, really all we're trying to do is we're just trying to get some of the dried concrete off the surface of the inside. We're not too concerned about the outside at this point in time, but the inside, we just drop it in here and we take a little bit of that steel wool and kind of hit the insides a little bit, get them to where they're smooth once again. And we pull it out, and you can see it is clean on the inside. They clean up very, very easy. Okay, so now the next process is we don't want concrete to stick to this. So we have done a little research on this, and the next step is we have to oil up the forms. And this is a metallic aluminum is what it is. And if we used a diesel fuel, the diesel fuel does not adhere to metallic parts. So we have to use motor oil. And it does have to be new motor oil, not used motor oil. Because what you want is you want a motor oil to have that gripping to metal ability to where it can actually coat the inside. So basically what we're going to do, we're just going to let this dry off for a few minutes, and I can see in this Haitian sun it's already starting to dry pretty good on the inside. And we'll step over here in just a minute and we'll show you how to oil it.